All right. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in the house, you guys. Welcome to Love Coach Sessions Live. I'm your man, KTJ, and this is Love Coach Sessions Live. Yes, welcome to the show. We're getting it going. Glad you guys came. So today we're talking about it. We're getting into the conversation. Welcome to the show. We're talking about how to choose the right man. And we got a good show for you guys today. I want you guys to come on in. How to stop choosing the wrong men. Good conversation we got going on. Come on in as you come in. Say hello. Let me know that you're in the building. We have a good talk going on here today, and I want you guys to be a part of it. So, look, grab your neighbors, to call your cousin, tell them to hop on this one because they're gonna need this information that we got to talk about today. We got to get into it. What's up? LV is in the building. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, man. Thank you guys for joining us. So we're going to talk about it. How to stop choosing the wrong men. Hey, Shonda's in the building. What's going on, lady? Thank you so much for being here. Let's get into it. This talk, you guys, came to me as a result of a couple of conversations that I had, even today. Seems like every day, right? Having these conversations. I have a friend who is involved with a guy. I say involved with a guy. Guy did not. He's kind of one of those conversation guys. He likes to talk a lot of texting, a lot of talking on it. A little talking on the phone, but not much. But this man is he's an independent kind of guy. He's doing his thing, right? And my friend, who's in a relationship with this guy, she was feeling down, feeling a little depressed, feeling upset. And I asked her, I'm like, what's going on? What's happening with this? Hey, Serena, what's going on? I asked her, I was like, what's going on with this guy what's got you up so upset? Because she was normally very happy about this guy. She was ecstatic about this guy. And she said to me, the guy is, he's not really paying attention to my needs. Okay, all right, well, give me an example. She gave me an example of her, she had a family member that passed away. And it's because the family member passed away, she felt like he should have been there, right? If you're in a relationship, of all the times that you have something going on, right? Of all the times that you need the person who says that they're going to be the person in your life, you need them when you have a death in the family, right? You kind of expect them to show up. And he kind of like called, went ghost a few times, didn't come around, didn't involve himself in the actual activities. And I had to, and she got upset about it, right? And kind of fell out. She's like, I don't think this guy's going to make it, right? And I had to tell her, this isn't a relationship. This is a situationship, right? It hurt me to have to tell her because I know how much she really liked this guy. I had to tell her, you're in a situationship. In a relationship, if you have a death in the family to somebody you were close to, and it has really hit you hard, right? The person who's in a relationship with you should not have to be coerced to be involved. They say, oh no. There's a lot of guys who say, oh no, I don't like being around death. Well, who does? Oh no, I don't like being around people who are sad. Well, who does? Right? But the question I had for her is, where is he in relationship to you? Because everything you said about the reasons why he's not around, it were about him and not about you. And I had to tell her, I'm sorry. I had to tell her, I'm sorry. But he is not the right man. You have chosen the right man. You're wanting something that this man cannot deliver. Look, I'm not necessarily going to give you guys a 1, 2, 3 punch on these. I want you to take notes all the way through what I'm saying. take your notes. I see you, Sean. I got my notebook ready to take notes. Take notes. Right? All the way through. The man, listen, and this is what I described to her, you guys, and maybe you guys can understand this. And look, I want y'all to drop your comments down below. Let me see them comments. Let me see them hearts. Let me see all of it come through if you guys are feeling what I'm saying. I said, look, the guy is showing you, right? Listen to this, y'all. Some people are hiding behind text messages. If all of your relationship conversation is coming through text messages, that is a problem. And I know you might be like, hey, you know what, Cal, what you mean it's a problem? I like to do texting, right? You might be like, Cal, I'm a texter myself. I get into it, that's how I communicate. Well, guess what? You are also training the other person to communicate in that way too. And I'm telling you, women communicate differently through text a lot of times than men. For a lot of men, texting is a way to keep you at odds, keep distance between you, right? You ever see people arguing through text? Look, put a 1 in the chat if you have ever argued by text. put a 1 in the chat if you have ever argued by text. Have you ever argued with somebody by text? Levine said, I can't stand texting. I understand, right? But I'm telling you, things like texting are tools to keep you at bay. And it's a tool that keeps you from understanding one another in a clear and concise way. It's one thing to see something by text, but it's another thing to hear somebody say the thing that that's going on. So a lot of their relationship is by text, right? Which was also a problem. So it was all these signs, and I had you guys, this title of this talk is about how to stop choosing the wrong guy. But if there's some men who are watching, this also goes for the men. How to stop choosing the wrong women, because there's a lot of women who do the same exact stuff, right? So she began to continue to tell me, like, more about the quality of their relationship, how they got along, and about this incident, about the about the funeral and activity like that. I told her, I said, listen, if this man is with you, he's with you. Now, why didn't he show up? Why didn't he show up? I want you guys to drop your comments in there below. I want to see your thoughts. Let me hear your comments on this. Why do you think someone who is in a relationship with someone and is involved in their life, they don't live close by, they don't live together, but they're in a relationship, why would he not be there for her in her time of need? Let me hear your thoughts. All right. Let me hear your thoughts on this. So, got my people coming through, checking in. So look, so she had her thoughts. She said, look, I don't have no problem with texting. That's just how we communicate. I'm encouraging you to stop communicating with people by text. Text leaves a lot of weight. Now, texts are good, right? Texts have a place, though. A text message has a place. A text message is good for short, immediate response conversations, not for long, intense. It leaves too much room for ambiguity. So my man kept texting, and so they connected. She decided that this is not it, and I told her, I was like, a man who won't step up and be with you in your time of need. in your time of hurt is there's a blockage there. This man knew that you had a funeral. This man knew that your family member died. This man knew that you were hurt. You were upset. He heard you cry. She said, we cried on the phone. We cried at the same time. I guess they cried while they was texting. I'm crying. And he texts, I'm crying too. Sniff, sniff. I don't know. I'm just trying to imagine. So a few more things happened. You know, they're supposed to get together, and he just acted weird and making side comments. You know, and just side stuff, which told me immediately. Not only by the time she finished telling me all the little things that he had done around this time, not only did I realize that that there was a blockage there, I realized they were not even in a real relationship. Why? Because the man said, I'm not into relationships. My man told her that, but then continues to do boyfriend stuff. Look, I hope y'all taking notes on this, right? Because there are people who act like they're in a relationship with you, but they're not really, especially if he said it. If you ever hear a man say, we are not in a relationship, guess what? No matter what else he does, you're not in a relationship. Now, here's what some of you ladies will do. Some of y'all will go along with this thing because it feels good. And you'll go and hang out with him. You'll go over his house. You'll have sex. You'll do all these things, right? Hoping that he changes his mind. Listen to what I'm saying. Men very rarely change their minds. If he's not into relationships, guess what? He's still not going to be in the relationships. If he's not into if he's not into it, guess what? He still won't be into it. And at no point is he going to be into it, because that's not what he wants. Lavanya, you're right. He's not emotionally invested. Come on, y'all. He's not emotionally invested. He's not emotionally connected. And if a man is not emotionally connected, guess what? It's not going to work. All right, let me jump over here. Rena said he's not that into you. Absolutely correct. Sometimes some men are not that into. Now she's into him, and he does these things. He's, you know, sends the good morning text, sends the good night text, but he's not that into you. So the question is, why is it why is it that you keep choosing the wrong man? Now, with her, she thought that he was the right man because of the way he made her feel. He connected with her at nighttime on the phone. You know, they hang out, they go to each other's house, you know, do all these boyfriend, girlfriend things. So she thought that they were a real item. I really hated to break it to her. So why do some people choose the wrong person? One of the reasons is fear. One of the reasons you keep choosing the wrong person is you are afraid. Some people are afraid of being by themselves. Some people are afraid of being unwanted, being unloved, being uncared for. Nobody's checking for them. There are people who get depressed when nobody sends them a good morning message, when nobody liked their picture on Facebook. If you put up a picture and nobody liked it, I know people who take their picture down immediately if they don't get 100 likes in less than an hour, right? Fear of being alone. Are you putting up with something that you don't want to do because you have fear of being alone. Another reason, we answering the question of how do you stop choosing the wrong person? We talk about why you choose them in the first place. Why do you choose the wrong person in the first place? You don't have any clear deal breakers. People choose the wrong person because they don't have any clear deal breakers, right? Now, for my friend that I talked to who talked to me about this today, her deal breaker is having an unsupportive partner. Now they have kids that they like each other's, hang out with their kids. Kids enjoy each other's company. But, her deal breaker is having somebody who's not present. Now, I could tell you that this was coming a long time ago, right? It's all those text messages and no togetherness time. It's all that standoffishness, right? I'm telling you, it's real. It's real. Do you have deal breakers? Is there something, and listen, deal breakers is about boundaries, right? Is there something that you must have in a relationship? And is there something that you will not stand for in a relationship? You ever see somebody who's been in an abusive relationship? You ever see somebody who, I know men who have been in abusive relationships, right? And you'd ask yourself, you're a big, tough guy. Why would you let somebody slap you around like that? Or even some women. I know some very strong, independent, strong women who are in relationships who've been beaten, right? And you ask yourself, wait a minute. How does a person like this end up in an abusive relationship? They didn't have deal breakers. They didn't have boundaries that said, if you lift your hand and your hand touches my face and is not in a loving manner, we are done. If you ever strike me in anger, if you ever put your hands upon me, you will never see me again. You will never hear from me again. I will kill you. Don't do that. Don't do that, y'all. Don't do that. But you have to have deal breakers. You keep choosing the wrong person because you don't have deal breakers. Now, here's another one. Another reason you keep choosing the wrong person. You're not healed yet. Sometimes you're dealing with trauma from the past relationship, and that trauma leads you to your soulmate. He's my soulmate. Yeah, your soulmate. But the problem with the soulmate is it's not just a soulmate, it's a soul tie. You guys are tied to the same trauma. You got trauma mates. People have trauma mates. And you find somebody who's just like you. And you say, you know what? They understand me. They understand me. They get me. Yeah, they got you all right. They get me. Yeah, they got you. Michelle said, we're grown. Who's arguing by text? That's childish. Pick up the phone and let's clear this up. Michelle, you be greatly surprised as to how many people argue by text. How many people break up by text? How many people? Now, sometimes, look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Sometimes it's better with some of these people. It's better for you to break up by text because some of these people are crazy, right? And some people can't handle their attachment style, can't handle being broken up with like that. They go nuts. I watched the story one time on I want to say maybe the ID channel, and this lady said we are. She said we got graveyard love. I'm like, that's a new one. I ain't heard of that one. She said we got graveyard love. Y'all know what graveyard love is? Graveyard love means we in this until we in the dirt, till one of us die. And if you leave me, it's going to be you. You dying first. This guy didn't believe her, and so he decided to break up with her at the house, packed his bags, and as he was walking out the house, she went to the kitchen and got a big, long knife and plunged it into his back. My man dropped to the ground and never recovered. Some of these people are nuts, y'all. I mean, we're not supposed to call people nuts, but some of these people are mentally unstable. Y'all know I'm half clinical and half just Cal. I'm telling you, it's the truth. So some of these reasons. So we're talking about the reasons that people choose the wrong person in the first place. Sometimes people have trauma bonds. All right. Look, another reason people get into these relationships, start choosing the wrong person, is because they think, I think my friends thought this, they think that you can change people. They think that you can change somebody, right? Some of the ladies do this all the time. You think that you're going to change a man. You cannot change a man. A man can only change himself when he's ready. So how do you manage that? You don't get into a relationship with a person who's not ready. And change has to be his idea and not yours. Stop getting into these relationships hoping that the guy's going to be different, right? Now, my friend who's breaking up with this guy who didn't come to the funeral with her, she could very, very easily continue the relationship. She can let all of that slide and say, you know what? I don't want to be alone. You know what? We could just work this thing out. Maybe he just didn't understand how I felt. Maybe I didn't state how I felt, but now I'm going to state how I feel. So now things will be different. And he's going to change. Is he going to change? Is he going to really change? Probably not. He's probably not going to change. Why? Because he does not want to change. So, and you can't change anyone. All right. So now let's keep it going. Another reason why you keep choosing the wrong men in the first place. You haven't figured out what self-love is all about. You have not figured out what self-love is all about. Do you love yourself? I mean, for real. Do you love yourself? You guys hear me often talk about the man that I used to coach, I used to counsel, who told me he had never been loved. I always talk about this. Never been loved, never experienced love. I'm not talking about love in relationship aspect. I'm talking about love in general. Didn't know what love was. He didn't even know what love was. So he couldn't really love the women who were in his life. By the time he was talking to me, he had 3 kids. But it just doesn't work that way. Hey, Shantae, thank you so much for popping in. You have to figure out self-love. Do you love yourself. If you love yourself, you have to put that love above every other love in your life. You can't love somebody more than you love yourself. You can't put, I know it's popular to say, lift up others even higher than myself. Well, that's nice. That's nice to say, right? But I can't even say I love you unless I love me first. Unless I have to have love to give love. Cannot pour from an empty cup. So look, we have to do it. We have to get to the place that we decide that our love for ourselves is more important than any of the others. I'm telling you, some of you are y'all rock out with the Florence Nightingale syndrome. Some of you deeply have the Florence Nightingale syndrome. Y'all know what the Florence Nightingale syndrome is? Florence Nightingale. You just fixing men up. Oh, I'm just gonna help him. I'm just gonna. He needs me. He needs me. I'm gonna help him. He needs me. He needs me. And then guess what y'all gonna say after you finish saying that? After a while, you're gonna say, he's so needy. He's so needy. Why are you so needy? And he grows to have contempt for you because now he needs you. Started off as help. You can go from help to a hindrance real quick. Y'all drop them hearts if y'all feeling what I'm saying. Look, if you're feeling what I'm saying, drop me a heart, drop me some love. Let me know that you're listening. All right. And the last reason that I'm going to give tonight on why you choose the wrong men. You don't think you are worthy of more. You don't think that you are worthy of more. You think I'm only worth a little small Chevy Volt when you're actually worth a Rolls Royce. You don't know how valuable you are. So you accept any old thing. Just because you're thirsty doesn't mean you drink poison. Just because you want love doesn't mean you'll take it from anybody. Just because you desire love doesn't mean that the first person who shows up is the person who loves you. Some people marry the first person that they ever liked, that ever showed them attention. Some people took the plunge, married somebody. First person that ever gave them any attention. They said, you know what? I guess you're it. And that was it. That was really it. So let's get into the remedy here. Let's talk about it. How are we going to stop choosing the wrong partners? One of the things we have to do is recognize our own patterns of behavior. Look, nothing changes if nothing changes. If nothing changes by you, nothing will change for you. I hope you heard what I said. You have to be the change. I know it sounds cliche. You got to be the change that you want to see. All right. You got to identify your own pattern of behavior. What'd you do in that last relationship that caused it to go the way it went? What'd you do in the one before that? See, sometimes you got to recognize that you keep choosing the wrong people. Because, I'm listening to it. As I listen to the stories and the scenarios that go before me, they often all come down to the same thing. You keep choosing the wrong man. Well, this guy, he's manipulative. He cheats. He's abusive. You keep choosing the wrong person, the wrong men. Fellas, you keep choosing the wrong women. It's not her, it's you. You know, I'm on the other channel. I'm going to be talking more to the men, but it's you. If there's some fellas that's listening, it's you. You can go red pill if you want. It's still you. You keep choosing whoever showed up in your life. You said yes, and there you have it. So, how are we going to change this? Here's another way that for you guys to stop choosing the wrong people, right? Listen to your friends. Take the person around your friends. You guys, come on. Follow me on this. Take the person around your friends. Y'all go out to dinner with your friends, right? And at the end of dinner, when you get a chance to hang out with your friends again, your girls, ask them, what do you think of this guy for me? Matter of fact, you probably won't even need, if they're your real good friends, you probably won't even have to ask them because they're just going to tell you, right? And when they tell you, be quiet. When they tell you, shut up and listen. They're trying to help you. You got to be willing to just listen. They're trying to stop you from choosing the wrong man. Your friends, if you got some good friends, they know what's good for you and they want you to be happy. So you bring that person around the people who you know, whether it's your family, it's your friends. Some people like to bring them to church so the pastor can look them over. You're right. People that you respect, bring that person around them, because sometimes they say love is blind. Sometimes it is, and sometimes you'll miss some things. You'll miss some questions that you need to ask. You'll miss some details that need to be addressed, right? You'll miss it, and you don't want to miss it. So I'm telling you, bring them around. Bring the person around your family, your friends, and be quiet and let them tell you what they think. All right. So here's how when I'm dealing with my clients, I'm gonna give this to you guys. I want to hear your feedback on all of this. I want to take some questions as well. When I sit down with one of my clients and we're vetting out, we're trying to figure out what kind of man is right for her, right? I'll have her explain to me in detail who is this person and what are they into, what are they like, what are their dislikes, what is this ideal person? Who is this ideal person? Name the attributes of this ideal person for you, right? They name off all the things. And then I ask them, does this man that you just named and this guy that you went out on Friday night with, do they match? If the answer is no, that's it. Don't waste that man's time another day. Now, some of y'all women, y'all will waste a man's time for the sake of your good time. You'll go out and have a good time on another man's dime just for the sake of saying you wanted to go out. I want to get dressed. I wanted to have a good time. Don't do that. It's hard making money to enjoy life because men don't do that. Men don't take a woman out that they don't like. that they don't want to spend time with, that they don't want to get close to. They don't do that, but women will. Don't do that. So check the avatar. I haven't checked the avatar against anybody that they're going out with and ask, is this the person who's going to be right for you? The answer is either yes or the answer is no. If the answer is no, you let them go. My friend from earlier, whose boyfriend, you can call him boyfriend, didn't go to the funeral, she has to let that man go. Because if she stays with this man who did not support her emotionally, who was not present with her emotionally, yeah, he sends good morning messages and good night messages, but he wasn't present. Time and money. Two things that show a man's interest in you. Time and money. Some men will give you his money, but won't give you his time. Some men will give you his time, but won't give you his money. Right? Time and money. She's in rotation. I hear you, Charity. She's in rotation. Could be. I know plenty of brothers that got the rotation on the, they send out 10 good morning messages and to see who won't bite on the hook. Yeah, don't be one. Don't bite on the hook. Time and money. He's got to show you time and money. Now some of y'all will get hooked in on the money. Oh, he's showing me money. Don't get hooked. Because he's not showing you time, it's not going anywhere. Hey, Jamie, my girl. Met Jamie today. Thanks for popping in. All right. You guys drop your comments and drop your questions in this, and I want to hear from you. Charity said, I knew a woman who had 7 men scheduled one day for each, never grocery shopped. Guess what? I bet you she's still single too. That rotation thing, it ain't the move. Listen, you can't get close to 7. You can't get close to 7 men scheduled every day, taking advantage of people's resources. I'm telling you, reaping and sowing is real. And sometimes men can smell when you just want them for their resources. So you use him for his resources, and he's going to use you for your, okay? So if that's not what you want, then don't play that game. All right? So let's get it going, you guys. Let's talk more about this. How do you stop choosing the wrong men? Just look, that's a good sign right there. That's one, right? Once you recognize they are the wrong men, leave them alone. Do not keep investing your energy into it. And understand that everything you do, I hope y'all listen to me. Everything you do is energy. Everything you invest is energy. Returning calls is energy. Text, energy. Showing up, going out, energy. And if you're not with it, if you don't want to fire, don't fan the flames. Stop choosing the wrong men. Now, you guys, in this statement, like, we could talk about it. Hey, Steph is in the building. What's going on, Steph? My girl. Look, what's the word? What's the most important word in this title? Choosing. Choosing. You are choosing the people who come into your life. Nobody gets to be in your life without you choosing. Nobody gets to be in your circle without you choosing. So whatever you have chosen it. So I'm telling you, choose better. I'm telling you, you can choose more. I'm telling you, you can have boundaries that can't be crossed. Somebody backhands you. Not only should you, pick up something heavy and stiff and bang his head in, but maybe you should just go get your stuff and never speak to him again. And never speak to him again. Do you understand that if you speak to them again, you're saying the behavior was okay? You are endorsing the behavior, and you can never endorse the behavior. Yes, ma'am. Sonia, she said, say it, boundaries. Yes, ma'am. We have to acknowledge and have boundaries. There should be something that you will not put up with. There should be something that people who don't get to do and stay in your life. And if you don't have any, then there won't be any. And that's just what it's going to be. All right. All right. I need all of y'all. I want you guys to come onto the YouTube platform, and because I want y'all to click that like button for me. Also, look, if you have a situation, if you need a love coach session, you can jump in my email right there, lovecoachatlanta@gmail.com. Is the site, the place where you can send your messages, send your suggestions. If you got a suggestion for a video that needs to be heard, that you need me to do, jump in the inbox, jump in my email there, and send it on. And for you guys for staying to the end, I've got something special for you. The Finding the One mini course, findingtheone.club, is where you'll find it. Jump on that right now, and we'll send it off to you. And that's how we're making that happen. All right. My girl LV got something to say. She said, going out for fun leads to problems I don't have time for. Absolutely. Absolutely. Some people will go out for fun, but usually that fun backfires. And it's usually, if you're going out for fun, guess what? He's going out for fun too. Hello. And if that's not what you want, then don't play that game. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for showing up here. If you guys, and look, if you need a love coach session, jump in my email right there. There's the email. We'll do a one-on-one. And I open that up for consultations or coaching sessions, full sessions. I'm here for you to help make it happen. If there's a title, if there's something going on, you guys, you need me to cover. If you guys see something that's going to make the show better, jump on my email, shoot me an email, or jump in my inbox, however you can do it, because we are looking to go to the top. I want to expand this brand as much as I can, and we're going to do it together. So thank you guys for joining me. Till next time, peace and love.